Cortisol kills creativity. And if you've been someone that struggles with burnout as a creative, the answer is not to push harder, to push through, and to prevail. Sometimes the medicine can be repair, slowing down. But those are typically the first things that we throw out the window, because when we have ambition, we believe that we need to be going, giving, doing in order to be successful. So in this video, I want to deconstruct that narrative that ambition means hustle and productivity, so that you can learn to slow down, repair, create safety in your system, and learn to create from a place of depth, of regulation, and of more amplified creativity, because that's where you're going to give your best gifts to the world. So if you're new here, my name's Kev. I'm an award-winning furniture designer, and I help ambitious creatives slow the fuck down, get in their body, create from depth, and live a beautiful life. So let's talk about what happens when we continue to push when our body says slow down. We end up running on just extreme amounts of hormones like cortisol, epinephrine, you name it. We start stressing our body so hard that there's no choice but to be addicted to those intense spurts of cortisol running through your body, fight or flight. And so we have to constantly keep that state of being up on stilts. We need tons of caffeine, we need tons of stimulation, we need all this extra dopamine from all the from all the just flashy entertainment out there to keep us jacked up, right? It's like not ever allowing the crash to happen, but the crash is inevitable. And I want you to know that the crash doesn't mean that you're a failure. The crash doesn't mean that you can't try again, that the project is lost, that whatever story you're running on is over. What it does mean is that it's time to listen to yourself again, so that you can be operating from a place of connection rather than a place of disconnection, dysregulation, and what everyone else thinks that you should be doing, right? So when we stop pushing, we allow our bodies to repair. And this is so needed for anyone who expresses themselves to the world, which is everyone, but especially creatives, because when we start to repair, we start to come into a more restful, relaxed, regulated place, which is where we can begin to access higher functions as a human. We're no longer conserved with the base level survival mechanisms. We now have a chance to thrive. We have more inspirational thought. Our motivation can be deeper and more intrinsic because we're connected to our values. Our purpose can become more amplified because we've settled into ourselves and we're connected again. If we are not connected to ourselves, there's no way we can really give our gifts and our value most meaningfully to the world, because we're not even in it ourselves. Only when we can be connected and in our values can we be the most valuable, can we be the most high value man, woman, creative, whatever it is that you claim yourself to be. Only from that place does the world actually deeply receive the value that we know we are capable of embodying, right? So when we slow down, or rather sometimes when life slaps you across the face, you get the chance to repair. And that might be a tricky process. It is really hard to slow down in today's day and age because we don't realize how dysregulated you are. If you can't sit in stillness for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you are operating in fight or flight, you know? If you can't sustain silence, eye contact, stillness, you are in fight or flight. So until we can begin to embrace those at whatever pace feels right to us, we are just looking for more drugs, more cortisol, more dopamine, more you name it, right? So slowing down gives our body the chance to start to repair, which allows our creativity to start to come online more. Now, this might be a day for someone, or this might be 3 months if you're someone who spent decades moving at light speed, right? It's different for everybody. But why this is so impactful, and I know I'm a broken record, but until you are fucking present, you are not giving your gifts to the world. And presence, deep presence, only becomes available to you when you are grounded, connected to yourself, and rooted in your values. From that place, everything becomes available, right? So long as we're operating in stress, running on cortisol, there is no such thing as true creativity. And I want y'all to be the most wildly abundant and creative humans that you can be. And that's gonna take going a bit counterculture, right? There's this tension between being ambitious and moving slowly, right? Often we know what our body needs, but we think that our ambition craves the opposite, which on the surface it might. Your ambition might want to go, get that goal, hit that milestone, be productive, try that. And those are all beautiful and half true. But what I want you to consider is that moving slow is such a gift to your nervous system. Moving slow is such a gift to the world around you because it allows you to really settle into what feels most right, most aligned, most connected here and now. And your ambition gets to channel really consciously into that one thing, that one experiment, that one focus, whatever it is. When we're so caught up in ambition, we tend to have 10 fires burning. And if that's you, I admire you because I can't do that. I have so many passions, but I need to create clear containers for each passion so that I can actually see what I'm capable of inside each little box. If I have every single box open all the time, I'm not really giving any devotion to any of those things because I need to give all of me my full, deep, embodied presence in all that I do in order to see any real impact. And that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear the short term, how can I get what I want? How can I do the thing, the strategy, so that I get the thing that I told I was going to get at the end? And that's just not how most of society works. The prescribed path is no longer guaranteed, you know? So I would much rather you focus on how can I give my way to what I want, not get what I want. And that requires deep alignment, deep presence, and understanding of how to soothe and regulate your own nervous system, how to meet your own needs, so that we're not constantly spending all of our energy trying to get something from the outside world to validate our sense of worthiness and aliveness. So much more on that, another episode. But all that to say, if you are an ambitious creative, you're going to feel some tension when you start to slow down. But the more that you can slow down and really consciously imbue your creative energy into one clear channel at a time, you're going to allow that channel to have more reverberation, more resonance, more power that will be felt by the world and hopefully be giving you the feedback, the resources, the money, the projects, the whatever relationships that you crave. So all that to say, cortisol kills. Like those little marijuana kill stickers. Cortisol kills creativity, right? So if you can acknowledge where you are just so hopped up and you're avoiding stillness and learn to downshift and slow down, that's going to be incredibly nourishing for your creative process as a multi-passionate creative. So if you want help learning how to slow the fuck down, amplify your creativity, and give your gifts from depth, I invite you to check out the Embodied Creator Toolkit. The link's in the description below for that, as well as my free newsletter that goes out every Thursday. You can get some juicy stories and practices that you can embody for the week. But in the meantime, please subscribe because 86% of you are not subscribed, so I would love to see more of you here consistently. And stay so well. See you in the next one. Ciao!